everyone and welcome to this session on Power BI tutorial for beginners. Power BI is one of the most powerful tools in the world of data analytics and business intelligence. So in today's world, businesses are generating more data than ever before. But raw data is just noise unless we can analyze and visualize it effectively. And that's where Power BI comes in. Power BI lets you to connect to a wide variety of data sources, clean and shape the data, and then turn it into interactive dashboards and stunning visual reports that drive better decisions. So it's easy to use, incredibly versatile, and used by companies around the world. Whether you're an aspiring data analyst, a working professional looking to upskill, or just curious about how data shapes decision making, Power BI is a tool you need to know. So let's dive in and explore how Power BI can transform the way you work with data. So here's what we'll be covering in today's session. So first, we will understand what Power BI is, why it's used, and how it fits into the modern data ecosystem. Next, we will build a powerful dashboard, in which we will learn how to connect to data sources and build your first interactive dashboard. And then, we will go beyond the basics with a more detailed project using advanced visuals and techniques. Followed by which, we will find out how to prepare for certification and what skills are tested. And finally, we will explore the learning path and tools to help you grow your skills and advance your career. And by the end of this session, you will have a solid understanding of Power BI and how to start building your own dashboard from scratch. So before we get started, please like, share and subscribe to Edureka's YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated on the latest content from Edureka. Also check out Edureka's Power BI certification training course in collaboration with PwC Academy, which equips you with business analytics skills covering Power BI desktop, DAX service, data modeling, reports, and much more with real-world use cases. This live instructor-led training offers hands-on experience and prepares you for the PL300 exam with guidance from 10+ years of industry experts. So check out the course link given in the description box below. Alright, now let us get started with our first topic, that is, what is Power BI?
Now, before we dive into the topic, I have added a screenshot of the dashboard that we will be creating from the scratch in this tutorial. So stay tuned till the end of the video to learn how to create an interactive dashboard. So let's see the Power BI use case, that is the Airbnb, having the market analysis and real estate sales data. If you're planning a trip and looking for a unique place to stay, the first thing that comes to mind is finding a place that provides more than just a place to sleep. Naturally, you'll turn your phone and search for a homestay platform, and Airbnb will be among the top results. Airbnb, an American company, operates an online marketplace that connects travelers with short and long-term stays in homes, apartment, and hotel rooms across multiple countries and regions. Now, what if I told you that this company faces many challenges in market analysis and real estate sales data? Let's see the previous tools the team was using before adapting to Power BI were, firstly, limited collaboration and real-time updates, where Excel, despite being a primary tool for data analysis and reporting, it often left frustrated. Next comes lack of advanced data modeling. It struggled to handle large data sets efficiently, needing more advanced data visualization capabilities and required manual integration of multiple data sources. Moving on to minimal visualization capabilities, where this made the reporting process time-consuming and led to a sense of urgency for a more effective solution. Excel didn't provide the advanced data modeling or interactive dashboard features needed for complex analysis. Managing multiple data sets and creating unified reports was difficult. The limitations of these tools, particularly in handling large data volumes, were performing real-time analysis and generating interactive visualizations, led the team to transition to Power BI. Now, let's see why did they choose Power BI and how did they overcome the challenges. Power BI's data integration and visualization capabilities made it ideal for managing complex data sets in the real estate and Airbnb industries. Data modeling enabled seamless connections between tables such as market analysis and sales properties via unified identifiers, whereas Power Query ensured clean, unified data. Stakeholders could use interactive dashboards and advanced visualization to explore key metrics such as revenue and occupancy in real time, using filters for zip codes and property types. Automated data refreshes and centralized access to multiple sources improved workflows by eliminating manual updates and allowing for faster data-driven decisions. Now, let us see how did they implement the solution. The Power BI dashboard provided a clear, easy-to-use solution by offering the following. Firstly, customizable dashboards. Users can easily explore key data such as rental performance, sales figures, and location details through interactive visuals like charts, graphs, and maps. This made it simpler for stakeholders to make smarter decisions about optimizing property listings, setting the right prices, and also identifying potential investment opportunities. Next comes the predictive analytics. The dashboard's built-in forecasting helped users predict future trends like occupancy rates and revenue. This allowed them to stay ahead of market and make well-informed choices about where and when to invest. Last comes the geospatial analysis. By mapping out the property locations and analyzing demand in different regions, the dashboard gave users a clear view of which area were best for investment or adjusting prices, helping them make decisions based on the geographic insights. Now, let's see the conclusion for this use case. Excel is great for small, simple analysis, but it has limitations when it comes to handling large or complex datasets. It lacks scalability, advanced data visualization options, and automated workflows, which can make managing bigger projects difficult. Power BI, on the other hand, excels in these areas. It can handle vast amounts of data, offer real-time interaction with visuals, and integrate seamlessly with various data sources. For large-scale tasks like analyzing the Airbnb market, Power BI's advanced tools, flexibility, and ability to model and visualize data make it much better choice than Excel. Have you all ever imagined why should one choose Power BI? Power BI provides industries with real-time data visualization and interactive dashboards, allowing for faster and more informed decision-making at all organization levels. Its scalability and low pricing make it accessible to businesses of all sizes. It provides robust analytics and reporting capabilities without the high costs associated with traditional BI solutions. Power BI integrates seamlessly with existing systems and promotes collaboration through shared dashboards and reports. It streamlines workflows and ensures consistent, up-to-date data across teams. Now let's learn what is Power BI. Microsoft created Power BI, or Power Business Intelligence, a platform for data visualization and business intelligence. Its primary goal is to assist users in gathering, analyzing, and visualizing data to access the effectiveness of marketing activities and make decisions about the next steps. This tool allows you to upload raw data from a variety of sources, including CSV files, spreadsheets, databases, cloud services, and apps, and also transform it to interactive reports and dashboards. These reports present data in an understandable format, allowing businesses to deal with complex information. Have you all thought, how does Power BI work? Power BI works by enabling users to connect, visualize, and analyze data from various sources in an interactive and user-friendly way. Here's how it operates in 3 key steps. First, data connection and integration. Power BI connects through various data sources like SQL Server, Excel, and cloud services. It allows users to import and connect directly and uses Power Query to automatically integrate and transform the data through ETL, that is, extract, transform, load processes. Next comes the data modeling and visualization. Power BI allows users to create relationships between datasets, build calculations with DAX, and create interactive visualizations like charts, graphs, and maps. Users can customize visuals, drag and drop fields, apply filters, and drill down for deeper analysis. Last comes the sharing and collaboration. Power BI enables the sharing of reports and dashboards via the Power BI service or report server. Users can publish, set permissions, and collaborate with reports accessible across devices like smartphones and tablets for seamless teamwork and decision-making. Now let's see the key components of Power BI. The first key component is the Power Query. Power Query is an important component of Power BI. This can be added to your Excel spreadsheet or used as a component of Power BI desktop. You can use Power Query to delete data from multiple data sources and extract data from a variety of databases, including Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, and others. Next comes the Power Pivot. Power Pivot is a data modeling and calculation tool. It is used to model both simple and complex data. Power Pivot allows you to set or create relationships between tables and calculate values that can be displayed in pivot tables. It gives you a large area to create your design. The next component is the Power View. Power View is the core data visualization component in Power BI. It is an interactive component that connects to data sources and gathers metadata for further analysis. The Power View lists contain a large number of blueprints for visualizations. Power View allows you to filter data for individual visualization components or the entire report. Moving on to the next component, that is the Power Map. Power Map is used to display geospatial data in 3D. When the visualization is rendered in 3D mode, it adds another dimension to it. In Power Map, you can define one attribute as the length of the column in 3D and enable as a heat map view. The data can be highlighted according to the geographical location. Geographical locations include a country, state, city, or street address. Next comes the Power BI Desktop. Power BI Desktop is a new component of the Power BI package. It is a complete creation tool for Power Query, Power Pivot, and Power View. It allows you to create advanced queries, models, and reports. With Power BI Desktop, you can easily advance your BI skills and data analytics knowledge. The next component that I'll be telling is Power Q&A. Power BI Q&A is a standard language motor for your data models, question and answers. After assembling and updating your data model on the Power BI website, you or your users can ask questions and receive answers to those questions. There are some shortcuts and hints to help you build your model so that it can answer questions as effectively as possible. Power Q&A integrates with Power View to allow users to ask questions about data visualizations, such as number of customers by state, and receive answers in the form of map view with numbers represented as bubbles by the Power Q&A. The last component is the Power BI mobile apps. Power BI mobile apps offers 3 mobile operating systems: Android, iOS, and Windows. These applications give an interactive view of reports and dashboards from the Power BI website. You can even share them through your mobile apps. A portion of the reports can be highlighted and a note can be written about it and shared with others. Now let's see how to install Power BI. So moving on to the search bar, let's go to Microsoft Store to install the Power BI. In the search bar, type Power BI Desktop. So you can see the Power BI Desktop app here. So just click on Get. So it takes time to load. Okay, so now as you can see, the Power BI Desktop is installed. So you can click on the button Open. So once you click Open, you can see this on the screen. So towards the left hand side, you can see a blank report. Click on the blank report. So this is how the home screen of your Power BI Desktop looks like. So here you can create your innovative dashboards. So now I will be teaching you all how to import the data in Power BI. So the first step for importing the data in Power BI is, so on the home screen, you can see on your left hand side the Get Data function. So in the Get Data function, you have many common data sources where you can source multiple data from. So it can be from Excel workbook, Power BI semantic models, data flows, data wars, or so many. So we'll be using the data CSV file. So the next step is connect to the data source. So once you're clicking to the data source, you can see, for example, I'll be taking the text and CSV. So once you're clicked on it, you can move to the page called the Navigator. So as you can see on the screen, it'll take you to the page Navigator. Then select the fields from the Navigator and load the data. That will be your fourth step. So now we have already seen how to import the data in Power BI. Now let's see the different views in Power BI. So the first view is the report view. The report view allows you to create any number of report pages with visualizations. It also allows you to move visualization around, copy, paste, merge, and so on. The next view is the table view. Table view in Power BI displays data in rows and columns, allowing sorting, filtering, conditional formatting, and detailed analysis. It is also used for reviewing raw data alongside visualizations. Here comes the next view, that is the model view. The model view shows all the tables, columns, and relationships in your model. It is also applicable when your model has complex relationships between many tables. The next view is the DAX view. The DAX view in Power BI is a query language used for custom calculations. It creates measures, calculated columns, and supports time-based functions, allowing dynamic data analysis and transformations. Now, as you are familiar with different views in Power BI, now let's see the query editor in Power BI, which allows you to edit any data in Power BI. And the query editor is also known as the transform data, which is a powerful tool for shaping and transforming data. With Power Query Editor, you can make changes in your data, such as changing a data type, removing columns, or even combining data from multiple sources. Now let's see the types in transform pane, which comes under the Power Query Editor. So the first transform pane is the table. It is a data structure with rows and columns for storing and managing data. You can filter and sort tables to prepare data for analysis. Next comes any column, which is a column type in the transform pane, allows for data of any type, providing flexibility for mixed data formats. Next is the text column, which is used to store and manage data consisting of strings such as names, descriptions, or any other alphanumeric data. Next comes the number column, which stores and manages numerical data such as integers and decimals. Then is the date-time column, which stores both date and time information. This column type allows for detailed time-based data management. Last is the script column. It is custom code for advanced data tasks. Now let's see how to create a visual in Power BI. So this screenshot is an example of how I have created a graph using the Power BI. So in the right hand side, you can see a visualization column where you can choose any graph you want to. So in the visualization column, you can see the x-axis and the y-axis for the range for the graph. So this data is taken from the get data, which you can see again in the right hand side. This is how you create the visuals in Power BI. So I'll be teaching you all how to share reports in Power BI. So in the home screen towards your right hand side, you can see an option called Publish. So this Publish is used to share the report to Power BI service only for the licensed users. Next comes a Copilot option. So again towards the right hand side of your home screen, you can see a Copilot option. Copilot in Power BI uses AI for report creation, insights, visualizations, and DAX queries. Now let's learn how to create dashboard of Airbnb in Power BI. And I'm using the data from an open source where you can get the data set, and I will also add the link in the description box as well. Now, go to Get Data on your home screen, which is on the left hand side, then click Text CSV file. I have chose the text CSV file because my data set consists of text and CSV file. Then, all the data will be visible on the screen. By default, it will be shown based on the first 200 rows. But make sure you click on the entire data set. Then wait until the data is loaded. Then click on Load. Then your data will be loaded. I'm using 3 files here, which consist of data, as the first file is already loaded, which you can see on the right hand side below the data. Now, let me get the other 2 files also. Now you can see all 3 files are loaded and they are visible under the data option in the right hand side of the screen. Now, let me go to the table view. You can see the columns under each file. In the first file, we have name, host ID, host name, and so on. And in the second file, we have month, zip code, city, and so on. And in the third file, we have URL, price, home type, broker name, and so on. So, I will be giving the dataset links in the description box below. So, I will teach you how to edit data in Power Query Editor. So, as you click on Transform Data, then you can see we have come to a different window, which is a Power Query Editor. So, in this, you can choose Remove, Keep, or even split the column. We can do this under Transform Data. And I will show you an example in the name column. So, under name column, right click on it. We can see many options like remove, duplicate, and also we can see the change type. So, in the change type, under it, we have many types like decimal number, fixed decimal number, and so on. So, you can change them accordingly to your preferences. Now, I will duplicate this column and show you. So, just click on duplicate. And here the column is duplicated as name copy, which is seen in the green color. You can also click on the red crossed mark on the right hand side. under apply step to delete the column which is duplicated. This is how transform data is actually used. Okay, now let's get started by creating a dashboard. First, let me choose a graph type. So I have chosen a graph type, that is the bar chart. Under visualizations, I will add the value in the y-axis, drag the last review from the data and drop it in the place of y-axis in the visualization column. And below that we have 4 options, that is year, quarter, month and day. But I need the graph in month. So let's only add month. And again in the x-axis, let's drag the last review from the data column and drop it in the x-axis. So we have got a graph on the review value based on the count of each month that is seen on the screen. So let's edit this graph. I will go to format your visual. So below that we can see many options like x-axis and y-axis and so on. So I'll click on the y-axis. Below that I have a column called as values. So under that you can see the color. I will change the color into white so that my y-axis is also changed into white. So for same as for the x-axis, below that we have different values so that I will change the color into white in the x-axis too. Now as you can see, my values are not much visible because of the color white, and even my panel is also white. So that I will add a background for the panel now. We should go to format your report page to change the background color. Under that we have canvas background. Click on that. We can find an option called as color. So we can choose the preferable color you want to for the panel actually. Or there is an option here as browse. Click on that and I have downloaded an image. So you can also download any image you want to. I will click on the image and open. Now decrease the transparency percentage. So you can see the background color is changed. Now let me change the background color of the graph. For that, click on graph. Go to format visuals. Below that we have 2 options, that is visual and general. Then go to general. Then go to option called as FX. Click on that. Then we can see the background color. Choose a color that you want to. You can choose any color which you want like blue or orange. But I want the background color to be synced with the panel color. So I will just click on white and even increase the transparency. So as you can see that my background color of the chart is changing. I will again increase the transparency to 99% so that it will pair with my panel background color. So now we will add the border for my chart. So we can see an option called as visual border. Click on that. Make sure you on it. You can see that the different color options are there. Choose any color that you need. But I will choose white. Then I will increase the border corner to 9 pixels and also the width to 2 pixels. Now you can see the graph is much visible than before when I give a proper border to it. Again go to visuals and click on y-axis. So below y-axis there is an option called title. I'll off the title because I don't want my months to be displayed on my x-axis also. So I'll remove the title. Same way we will also do it in the y-axis. Go down, you have a title. Here just off the title. So the title will not be visible. Then go to general. In general, you have an option called as title. Click on that. You can see the title name as count of last review by month. I want to change the title to review by month. So let's change the title to review by month. In this, you can also change your text color. I'll choose my color to white. I will align it in the center and then give bold. So as you can see in the graph, I have grid lines. So to remove this, I will go to visuals, go to grid lines. I will off the grid lines so that I will not be having any grid lines on my graph. So now my review by month graph is created. Let's align the graph. So in case you want to duplicate this graph, you can just do Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V, just copy and paste it. This is just for you all to know it. I am not going to duplicate any of my graph. It's not necessary for me anyways. So let's remove it. Now let's create a new graph. So now to create another chart, let's go to visualizations. In that, let's choose the chart as column chart. Click on it. So you can see a column chart is displayed on the screen. So now for the values, for the x-axis, let's drag it from the data, that is the neighborhood. And then for the y-axis, let's take the name from the data and then drag and drop it in the y-axis. So as you can see, the graph is created. So as you can see in my graph, there's a lot of neighborhood values here. So I want to lessen down the neighborhood values. So for that, I need to add filters. So go to filters in the right hand side. Then you can see neighborhood is. So click on neighborhood, filter type. In that you can see the last one, the top n. Click on top n. N considers that number of values you want to add. So for that, I'll be giving as 5. So then by values, you should take it from your data, drag it and drop it. So it will be showing as first neighborhood. So that means it will take your first 5 neighborhood values. So then apply filter. So as you can see that my graph is illustrating first 5 neighborhood values. So now I need to change the background color of my neighborhood chart. So for that, I'll be going to my previous chart, that is the review by month chart. Choose the background color of it. Go to Format Painter in the left hand side of the home. Then click on the neighborhood chart. So you can see that both charts have the same color. So now I need to change the column color as well. So let's go to Visuals. In that, columns. So let the categories be all, because I need to change all the column colors, not only individual or each. So for that, go to colors, choose any color you want to. I'll be choosing pink. So you can see that the column colors have been changed. So now even let me change the title name. So for that, let me go to General again under Visualizations, then go to Title. In the text, change the title name. So I'll be giving the title as Total Booking by Neighborhood. So I've changed the title name as well. So now we have finished the total booking by neighbor graph. Let's align the graph. Okay. So once it's aligned, let's move to the new graph by taking the chart from Visualizations, that is the area chart. So by choosing area chart, we need to obviously add the values. So let's take the values for the x-axis from data. That is the broker name in the x-axis. Moving down, you can see the broker name. So in the y-axis, let's take count of country. Okay, so now you can see that the chart is created. So as you can see, the chart is created and the chart depicts about the brokers in each country. Now let's change the background color and make it into the previous color itself. I'm choosing the previous color of the graph. Then go to Format Painter. Then select it in the brokers in each country graph. Click on it. So you can see that my new chart is also has the same color of the previous chart. So now I want to change the color of the area chart. So to change the color, we will go to Visuals and you can see lines under it. And in lines, we have color. So in the color, you can choose any preferable color you want to. So I'll be choosing a color which I want. And you can see that my area chart color is changed. Next, let's change the title name. So for the title name, same as before, let's go to General, Title. I'll change the title name into Brokers in Each Country. So let's type Brokers in Each Country. So we can see that our title name is changed into Brokers in Each Country. Now you know how to create an area chart. So we've aligned it as well. So let's create a next graph, that is the home type. So for home type, I'll be taking the pie chart. So let's add the values for it. So in this, instead of writing X and Y values, we have legend and values. So in legend, I'll be choosing the 𝐓𝐺𝐴PT. So let me tell you guys what is 𝐓𝐺𝐴PT. So for that, let's go to table view. That's in your left hand side. So let's search for the 𝐓𝐺𝐴PT value in the table view. So for that, let's scroll down and search for 𝐓𝐺𝐴PT. Okay, here is 𝐓𝐺𝐴PT. So clicking on that, you can see that the column of 𝐓𝐺𝐴PT is seen. So all the values in this consist of that whichever houses have been sold and even which houses have been under construction as well. So I hope you have known what is 𝐓𝐺𝐴PT. So now moving on to values, let's drag from data. That is the count of home type. So home type will be the values. Okay, so as you can see that the pie chart is created by our values. Now let's change the background. So let's keep it as a previous graph itself. So let's go to Format Painter, selecting from a previous graph, then click onto our pie chart. So you can see that our pie chart background is also changed. So now let's change the title. So for that, let's go to General, go to Title, change the title name. So let's change the title into Home Type. So as you can see, our graph is named as Home Type now. So as you know, the graph is created, but the values in this is not visible. So for that, let's go to Visuals, Slices, and let's change the color of the graph. You can choose any color you want to. Then let's change the value to percentage. Going to Detail Labels. As you can see that my value first is data value and percentage. I don't want the data value. It should only be in percentage. So I'm clicking on Category and Percentage Off. Then changing the color of the percentage as well. So now you can see that my color of the percentage is also changed, and even the graph color. So you can see that in the home type, there are some, in right hand side of the home type graph, there is some values. So I don't want those values to be on my graph. So to off that, let's go to Legend and Visuals and off. So now you can see that those values are disappeared. So as we have aligned the home type graph, let's create another graph that is by clustered bar chart. So let's add the values as well. So on the y-axis, let's add the host name by dragging from the data. Same way for the x-axis. So let's drag the sum of host ID from data and drop it in the x-axis. Now let's change the background color, taking from the previous chart, Format Painter, and then click it onto your new chart. So you can see that the background has changed. Let's align it. So now let's change the color of the bars. For that, go to Visuals, under Bars, change the color. So I'll be choosing yellow. Now let's also change the title. Go to General, Title. Let's give as host name by host ID. So let me show you how to even add filters. So let's go to Filters, Host Name. So basic filters. Let's give top n. So n considers as the number of values, how much ever you want to. So I'll be giving 6. So let's drag the host name from the data. So it will be showing the first 6 values. So let's apply the filters. So you can see that my bar consists of first 6 values of the host name. Now let's align these graphs. So as we can see that the graphs have been aligned, let's create another graph. So in visualizations, let's select table. So under table, let's see the values. So we only have one value, that is columns. So let's not choose this graph. So let's consider matrix as a graph now. So let's also see the values for it. So we have rows, columns, and also values. So anytime you choose any graph, there should be more than one value. So for rows, let's select the broker name, drag it from the data column. So for the columns, let's take the value of status text from the data column. And then for the values, let's take the sum of price from the data column. So as you can see, our graph is created. So now to change the style of the graph, let's go to Visual, go to Layout and Style Presence. So under Style, it is in default. So let's choose None. So we have many other styles like bold header, minimal, and so on. So you can choose whichever preferable style you want to. So I'll be choosing None as a style. So you can see that the background is fully in white. Now let's change the color of the value. So moving to values, the text color. So let's change the text color into white and also the alternative text color into white. So now you can see that the text is not visible. So we need to obviously change the background color now. So go to General, FX. So let's push the transparency into 89%. So you can see that the text is visible now. So as you can see in the graph, we can't see the color of the headers in the column and in the row as well. So let's change the color so that it's visible. So for that, let's go to Visual, go to Column Headers and change the color of the text. And I'll change it into white. Same as, let's go to Row Headers, change the color of the text to white. So you can see that the text is visible. Now, let's also change the color of the text in the column total. So in the search bar, let's type text color, scroll down. Make sure that you're changing in the column grand total and in the row grand total. So let's change the text color to white in the column grand total and in the row grand total as well. So you can see that all the values are visible. Now also let's change the font size of the row and the column headers. So let's go to column headers and change the font of the text. Same as in the row header. So in the row header, let's go to font and change the text. So as you can see that the changes have been seen in the graph. So as our matrix graph is created by giving the broker name and how many houses have been for sale and how many houses are under construction and the total as well. So now let's align all the graphs. So we have aligned all the other graphs. Now let's create a new graph by adding a slicer chart. Okay, by clicking on slicer, we have the values in field. So there's only one value. So let's choose it from the data column, that is neighborhood group. So I want my graph to be in drop-down position. That is, the style of the graph should be in drop-down position. So for that, I will go to Visual, Slicer Settings, then choose the drop-down option. So as you can see that my graph is in the drop-down style now. So let's also change the background of the graph. For that, as previously done, choose any of the background from any of the graph which you have previously done. Format Painter, click on the present graph. So you can see that the background is already changed. Now, you can also see that the text is not visible. So we have to change the color of the text. So for that, let's go to Slice Header in Visual, change the font color. So let me make it into white. So now my graph text is visible. So by clicking on the drop down, you can choose any values you want to. That is why we have choose the style as drop down. So now to create another graph, I will be just copying and pasting the same graph. So let's copy and paste. So just that I'll be needing to change the value of the graph. So in place of neighborhood group, I'll be changing it to room type. So another graph is also created. That is how you duplicate from another graph. So now let's align this graph properly. As you've aligned all the other graphs, let's create a new graph by adding the card chart. So we have the value of fields. So let's add the value from the data column. That is the room listing. So the value of field is added as room listing. So now let's change the background of the graph as previously done by Format Painter. Click on it and you can see that the background is changed. So now let's change the color of the text. Go to Visuals, call out value, change the color. So let's make it into white. So text color is also changed. Now go to Generals, Title. Let's on the title so that we can change the title. Now let's give the title for it as room listing. Row listing. So now the graph is created. Let's align the graph. Finally, we have created the dashboard. Now to make it visually appealing, I will add the logo to it. So I will show you how to insert the logo. Go to Insert, move to Images, select the image that you have downloaded, open, align the logo accordingly. As we have taken the data set of Airbnb, we are adding this logo. Finally, let's give the name for the dashboard. So, giving the name, let's choose the text box, write the text into it. I will be naming it as Airbnb Data Dashboard. Let's also increase the font and make it bold. Let's align it to center, then align the text box as well. So now let's change the text color and also the background color by using the Format Painter. Now the text box is created. I hope you understood how to create an interactive dashboard in Power BI Desktop from scratch.
Are you ready to transform raw data into powerful insights? Create stunning dashboards, uncover hidden trends, and make confident data-driven decisions. Whether you're a beginner or an aspiring data analyst, learning Power BI can lead to exciting career opportunities in business intelligence. Let us understand what is Microsoft Power BI. Well, Microsoft Power BI is a business intelligence tool that enables users to visualize, analyze, and share data using interactive dashboards and reports. It connects multiple data sources, converts raw data into useful insights, and allows for the real-time decision making. So now we will see how to import data into Power BI using a PostgreSQL database. PostgreSQL is very similar to SQL and much easier to work with. First, make sure that you download PostgreSQL. So go to Chrome and search for PostgreSQL and then click on download. And here you will see many options. You can also download it for Mac, but I am going to select for the Windows option. Click on it and click on the download installer and then click on Windows. So the download will start. So once it's get downloaded, click on it. And here you will get this option. Just click on next and it will show you the path where it will be downloaded. So click on next and then it will ask you for a password. So you can type any password, but make sure to remember this password as it will be asked while working with SQL. And again retype the password and click on next. And then it will show you the port number. Please do not change it. Just click on next for further steps, and here click on next and installation will begin. And it will redirect to this page. Click on finish and over here choose PostgreSQL and then click on next. You don't have to make any changes to this, just click on close it. Now let's search for pdadmin and this page will appear. On the left hand side you can see an option as servers, so click on it, and below that you can see PostgreSQL. Click on it. So once you open it, it will ask you for the password. So make sure you enter the same password that you used while installing it and then click on OK. Now you can see an option called database, and below that you can see PostgreSQL. Select that and click on query tool. So first we have to create a database. So type create database and I will name this database as credit card DB and click on run. Now refresh the database. You can see that the database has been created. Expand it and you can see the option as table. So click on it and you must create columns within the table. So type create table and I will call this table customers. Now I will copy the column names from the CSV file that I'll be using to create the dashboard, and make sure you enter the column name and data type. So if you know how to use SQL, you will be aware of the data type, but do not worry. I'll make sure to provide you with the file and the drive link that contains the CSV and SQL files. After entering all the column names and data types, click run to see that the table has been successfully created. Now click on the table and refresh it. You should see the customers table below. Click on it and type select star from customers to extract the data from the columns, and then type copy customers from .csv within the colon. Now here copy paste the location where you have saved the CSV file and then type /customers and then type delimiter and CSV header. Now select the first line and run it and you will see the output below. Now open Power BI, click on the options to get data there and you will get the options to search for PostgreSQL. So click on continue and it will ask for the server and database. Give the server name as localhost and the database as credit card DB and click on OK. Then it will ask for a name and password. So to do so, go to the PostgreSQL and click on it. Then go to properties, search for connections. And over here you will see username. So copy it and paste it in the Power BI username column and give the password same as you have given in PostgreSQL. And next click on connect and the navigator will open. Select the file and over here click on load. Now you can see that the file has been loaded into the Power BI. So this is how you can import data into Power BI. So I hope so far it's clear now. In the same way, you can import the other datasets as well. But in case you're facing any error while importing dataset using PostgreSQL, then just go to Get Data, and from here you can select text or CSV if your file is in text or CSV format. So just click on it and select your dataset and then click on Open. And once it's connected, you can just simply click on Load and it will get imported. And I have already imported using the PostgreSQL. So as you can see on the right hand side, these are the datasets that I have imported. If you want to view, simply click on it, go to Table View, and this is how it will be presented. So these are my credit card transaction datasets. So if you want these datasets to practice, then I will provide this dataset in the description box below. So now let's start creating an interactive dashboard. So first, let us name the dashboard. So for that, I'm using text box, and over here, let me type Bank Details Dashboard. So I'm going to increase the font size, and here I'm going to select the font style as well. Alright, now that we have named our dashboard as a bank details dashboard, so now let's calculate the total revenue for each quarter based on the transaction activity. So to create a column, select the dataset, and to this dataset we are going to create a column. So click on Table View, and over here select the new column. Alright, so to create a new column, we will be using a DAX function, and here is the function. So the function is total revenue equal to credit card annual fees plus credit card total transaction amount plus credit card interest earned. Over here, the credit card annual fees, this represents the fees charged to credit card holders for using the card. So many banks charge an annual fee, which contributes directly to revenue. Next is the credit card total transactional amount, and this refers to the total transaction amount spent by the card holders. So while this amount itself is not direct revenue, financial institutions earn from transaction fees charged to merchants. Next is the credit card interest earned. So this is the interest charged to the customers on outstanding balances if they don't pay their full dues on time. So it is one of the largest revenue sources for credit card companies. So now let me explain you how it works. So the credit card companies earn revenue from multiple sources, including the fees, transaction charges, and the interest. So this formula adds up these three key revenue components to calculate the total revenue generated by the credit card business. So now once you have typed the formula, just click on the commit, and there you go. You have created a new column called total revenue. And as you can see, this data type is in decimal numbers. So let us change it to whole number. Click on S, and there you have it. Okay, so now let us go to report view, and over here click on the visualizations, and from here I am going to select the line and stacked column chart. So click on it, and here you have it. And on the right hand side, here you can see the x-axis and y-axis. So here you need to add the columns. So in the x-axis, I am going to drag and drop the quarter, and in the column y-axis, I am going to drag and drop the total revenue, and then in the line y-axis, we will drag and drop the total transaction amount. So now let us add the border to this graph, okay? So for that, let's go to the format your visuals, and here let's go to the general, and I'm going to add some effects. So for that, choose the effects. Under the visual border, turn on, and from here you can select the color. So I'm going to keep black, and then the rounded corner you can increase from here, maybe 3, and then also you can increase the width. So I'm going to keep 2, and you can do it according to your needs. And now this is ready. And now let's go back to the visual. So under the visual, here you can scroll down, and here you can see the data labels. So this you can turn on. So this will give the accurate value. Okay. So as you can see, it's giving the accurate value. So if it is on, this is how it looks. So if it's on, it gives the accurate value. And this you can only turn on if you want to show the accurate value on your graph. And now, if you don't want these titles to be visible on your graph, then simply go to x-axis, and under x-axis you can turn off this title, and then similarly go to y-axis, and then here off the title. And this is how it looks. Now to hide these values, go to secondary y-axis because it's present in y-axis, and you can simply go to value and off it. Okay, and you can also off this legend because this will hide the values that were present here. So as you can see, I just want to hide this, so I'm going to off it. Okay, now you can also rename the title of this graph. So go to general and click on the title. Over here you can rename it. So let me keep it as, let's name it as total revenue transactional amount. Alright, so let's align this to center, and then let's make these grid lines visible. So for that, go to visuals, and here you will see these grid lines. You can on it. So once you off and on it, you can see the difference. You can also select the color. So let me choose black so that it will be much visible. Okay, so next I'm going to take card. So I'm going to use card to present the total revenue. Okay, so to present the total revenue, inside this field you need to drag and drop the total revenue column. So that's it, and this is done, and the card will present the sum of the total revenue. But here you can see that the total revenue is in decimal format. But if you want this number to be presented in whole number, then simply click on this, go to visuals, and then click on general, and inside this you can see the data format. So once you scroll, you can see the format option here. So over here select the whole number and it will be presented in whole number. And if you want to keep just as a total revenue, then simply go to field, and over here you can edit it. Once you delete, enter it, and it will be edited. Now if you want to add visuals to this card, then simply go to format painter and then click on it. Now I'm going to present the annual fees as well. So similarly, copy it and we'll paste it. So over here under the fields, for the previous card we have added total revenue, but now we want the total fee. So remove this and over here drag and drop the annual fee. So I want the annual fee to present. So I'm going to add annual fee, and you can similarly edit it. Okay. Now if you want to show the income, then we'll try the same way, copy paste it. So we have another card here, and let's go to the another data set, that is customer data set. And in this, remove the field and drag and drop the income, and that's it. Alright. Now let's create another column such as income by person. So for that, I'm going to select the customer data set, go to table view, and over here I'm going to add a formula. Now let us create another column which is income by person. So to create this, I'm going to select the customer data set, and over here click on the new column because we are creating a new column, and again we are using a DAX function. So here is the formula. If you closely look at the formula, here we have the switch true function. So this structure allows switch to act like an if-else statement. So it evaluates condition sequentially and returns the first matching result. Then we have the income groups, which is low, mid and high. So first we have the low, that means if the customer income is less than 35,000, it is classified as low. Next we have the mid, that means if the customer income is between 35,000 to 74,999, it is classified as mid. And then we have the high, that means if the customer income is 75,000 or above, it is classified as high. And by default, we also have unknown, which means that if none of the condition matches, like for example, the customer income is blank or contains an error, it will return as unknown. I hope the formula is clear. Now let us click on commit, and there you have it. So now let us go to report view, and here let us add the chart, that is stacked bar chart. I'm going to click on it, and now let us add the columns, that is x-axis, y-axis. So once you click on this chart, over here you can see y-axis. So I'm going to add the columns. So let's add the column that we have just created, which is the income by person, drag and drop. And next in the y-axis, go to the credit card data set, and from here let us drag and drop the use tip, and in the legend you can drag and drop the expenses type. So there you have it. So if you want to add the visuals, again same way. So now if you want to add the formats to this, just click on the previously created chart, go to Format Painters and then click on this, and it's created. So now if you want to change the title of this chart, so let's go to the Format Visuals and under General, click on the title. So let's name it as Use Strip by Income and Expense Type. Next, let us create another chart which will represent the total revenue by cart category. So for that, I'm going to select the Stacked Area chart. In the x-axis, we will drag and drop the cart category, and in the y-axis, let's drag and drop the total revenue. Now, this chart is representing the total revenue by cart category, and here the cart category are blue, silver, gold and platinum. Okay, so if you want to present the total revenue by something, then this is how you can do it. So this particular chart, I'm going to present the total revenue by cart category. Next, let us add another chart, which is the donut chart. So over here in the legend, we are going to drag and drop the education level, and then in the values, income. So this particular chart we are using to present the income by education level. So here are the education levels such as graduate, high school, unknown, uneducated or postgraduate, doctorate, etc. Okay. So for this, let me add the visuals. Similarly, I will click on this and then select the format paint and add it to this. And let me also change the title. So for that, let's go to Format Visuals. Under General, let's select the title, and over here, let's keep it as Total Revenue by Cart Category. Alright. To add the same visuals, we can also click on this. First click on this, select the Format Painter, add to this, and there you have it. Now if you want to present these numbers in just the percentage, then simply click on this, go to Visuals, and under the Detail Labels, under the Label Contents, you can select the percent of total. So here you can only present the percentage. Now let us move forward and create another chart. So now I am going to select the tree map where I am going to present the total revenue by gender. So under the category, drag and drop the gender. So here is the gender column, and then under the values, you can select the total revenue. So simply drag and drop it, and there you have it. Now to present the values, you can go to the Format Your Visuals, and under the data labels, you can turn on this. So over here, you can present the total revenue for male and females. So let's change the title. Let's go to the Format Your Visuals, and under General, click on the title, and here I'm going to keep it as Total Revenue by Gender, and let's align to center, and that's it. So similarly, let's edit this title. Go to General's Title, under Title, let's remove this sum of, and let's only keep Income by Education Level. Alright, so this is done. Now let's create another chart which will represent the total transaction by use strip. So for that, I am going to select the ribbon chart. So under the x-axis, let us drag and drop the use strip, and under the y-axis, let us drag and drop the total transaction amount. So now let us add another chart, which is the table chart. So here we have the table chart. So let's select the table chart. So in this table, we are going to present the cart category. So we are going to present the cart category details and then the total revenue. Along with this, we are also adding the total transaction amount. Okay. So the table is ready. So let us add some visuals to it. So for that, again, let's select this, go to Format Painters and then add it. Similarly, we will add it for this as well, which we have missed to add before. Click on Format Painters and then click on it. And there you have it. Now to align things properly inside this table, let's go to the Format Visuals. So here you can see the Style presets. So under the style, you will have different styles. Currently, it's in default. So I'm going to select the minimal. Okay. So you can see the changes, right? Now let us change the titles for this. So for that, go to cart category. Let's keep it as cart category. And then sum of total, let's keep it as total revenue and then the total transaction amount. Okay. So to make this table more appealing, what you can do is go to the Format Your Visuals, and under the visuals, you have the grid here. So let's select the color as black, and then you can also keep the vertical grid lines. So first on this and then select the black color. So now you can see the grids are added to the table. Now you can select the column headers, and over here you can make these headers to be as bold, and then you can align it to center and select the text to be black. Let us also select the specific columns over here. On this, apply to header and also apply to total, and then align them to middle. So here you need to select the category. So we have done it for cart category. Next, let us select the total revenue and then turn on and align it to center. Then next, again let us select the total revenue column and then turn on this, apply to header and apply to total, and then align it to center. So now let us add the visuals to the border as well. So click on this, go to Format Painter, and then click on this title as well. Okay, so the border is created. Now let us name this page. I'm going to name it as Bank Detail Dashboard itself. Now to represent the values in total, under the Format page, here you will see the canvas setting, right? So under the type, let's click on the tooltip. So here we have it. So now we are going to add the pie chart. So here we are adding the pie chart to present the values in total. So now under the legend, let's add the cart category, and under the value, you can select the total revenue. So now let us edit the title. So for that, go to the visual format, go to generals. Under the title, you can make it as total revenue by cart category. Okay. Now let's add a background to it. So for that, click on this and go to your visuals, and over here you can see the canvas background. So here you can select any color that you want. So let me select this, and then transparency you can decrease. Now let us go back to the bank details dashboard. So let me add the Format Painter to this, and now if you want to present the tooltip, just click on that chart, go to the Format Your Visuals, and under General you will see this tooltips. So click on that and select the page here, and that's it. Now let us add background to it. So for that, let's go to the visualization, and here under the Format Your Report page, let's go to the canvas background, and here you can browse it. So I'm going to select the background and then decrease the transparency. Okay, and there you have it. Again, let us go to the canvas background, and here under the image fit, it's in normal, so let us make it as fit, and this is done. So the dashboard is ready. So over here, if you want to check the total revenue of a male, then according to that you will get all the details here. If you want it according to female, then again here you have it. So this way you can select and you can get the values. This is how it is. And if you want to see the sum of total revenue according to the card details, and this is how you can do it. So over here, if you want to see this total revenue, total fee or the income according to the card category, then simply click on it, and as you can see, the data will change. So in every card you will see there will be a change. Okay, so this will give the values according to what you're selecting. So if you want to see the total revenue by gender, then simply click, and then here you can see the difference, right? So here you will get the total revenue according to the gender that you have selected. So previously we created a tooltip, and this is how it works. If you want to see the income by educational level, and if you want to see the total value for it, then click on it. So it will present the value in total. Our dashboard is ready, and you can create according to the data sets that you have. So I just took a sample data set. So from here I have created a dashboard, and you can create according to the data sets that you have. But if you want to practice, I can share you the data sets. You can also check out the description box below to get the data sets.
Do you need help with the usual Power BI dashboards and looking for a change? It's time to break free from the routine and explore a fresh approach to creating them and unlocking new possibilities. Stick around until the end of the video to see how it's done. So here I have taken the screenshot to just brief you out about the demo that we are going to show. The screenshot here is about the Motorbike sales dashboard. So sales done here is 15 million. Then we have the growth percentage that is 17%. Then pre-sales showing it 12 million. And lastly, the total budget having it 17 million. We have also inserted the images of the motorbikes as well. The importance of the dashboard is, dashboards in Power BI are crucial for visualizing key metrics and insights in real time, helping businesses monitor performance, identify trends, and make data-driven decisions quickly and efficiently. Now let's move on to the hands-on session to show you how Motorbike sales dashboard is created. For that, first let's go to Excel workbook, click on it. You can see a folder that I've created, that is Power BI dashboard. So inside that folder, I have a lot of files that has been created. So I have icons and images to just make my dashboard more interactive, and also I have used this motorbike data set which gives me the data set of the motorbikes as well. So in case if you want this file or this data set, please comment below so I can provide you this. Now let's click on this data set. Click on open. So here you can see a navigator on the screen. So just click on the motorbike data set that's given here and load it. Now to check whether our data set is loaded or no, here towards the right hand side you can see the data. Under that you can see that our file motorbike data set is loaded. Now let's go to the table view on the left hand side of the screen. So once you click on the table view, it gives you the columns and its values of the motorbike data set. Now let's go to the report view. So let's move on to the first step. Now let's name the dashboard first. For that, let's click on text box. So here you can see that the text box is appeared. Let's write the name for it, or the title. So here I will be giving it as Motorbike Sales Dashboard. You can give your preferable titles as well. Now let's increase the font size. As you can see, it's not visible. I'll give it to 24, no, to 20. I think that will be enough. And let's make it as bold as well. And let's align it. Yeah, so there you go. So here is how you can easily create the title for the dashboard. Now let's create the graph for the sales amount. For that, let me choose a chart that is card. And let's align it. And let's even give the values for it. So for the fields, I'll be giving the values as sales amount. So here you can see that my graph is created now. So here you can see that our value of the chart is in decimal. So let's change it into whole number. For that, let's go to model view. So once you click on model view, here you have motorbike data set given on the screen. When you just scroll down, you can find the sales amount. Click on it. So after clicking on it, you can see properties appearing. So under properties, you just scroll down. You can find formatting. Under formatting, you have format. So let's change that to whole number. You can give your preferable format as well. And let's check in our report view whether it's changed. Yeah, so there you go. You can see that it is changed to the whole number. Let's align it. So now I don't want the title to be sum of sales amount. So let's also change the title by just double clicking on the fields. So let me just delete sum of and just make it short, keeping it as sales amount. Click on enter. So here you can see that our chart is perfectly created. Now I will teach you how to insert the icon. So for that, let's go to insert. So under insert, we have image. Click on image. In images, we have a file that we have already downloaded is icons and images. So in this file, I have downloaded the necessary icons and images. So let me pick the necessary one here. I will be clicking on the sales and click on open. Now let's align it and keep it near to our chart. So now you know how to insert an image in a dashboard. Now let's find the growth value. For that, we should know the previous year sale and the current year sales. So we can calculate the growth value for it. Now let's go to new measure. Click on it. I will be naming the new measure as the current year sales. So here I've applied the formula to get the growth percentage. So we have a sum function. This part computes the total sum of the column, that is the sales amount from the motorbike dataset. Then we have is a calculate. So the calculate function modifies the context in which a calculation is performed. In this case, it applies a filter to restrict the calculation to rows where the year of order date matches the current year. The next we have is a year function. It extracts the year from each value in the order date column. We also have given a year function. That means it extracts the current year from the system's current date. This filter checks if the year of each order date matches the current year. So now let's click on commit. So here you can see under data towards the right hand side, the current year column is created here. So now let's drag and drop it onto a panel. I'll change the graph into the card. So here again you can see it's given in decimal. So my formula actually consists of the current year sales and the previous year sales. So here I've already given you the current year sales. So now let's even add up the previous year sales as well here. So as you know, to find the growth percentage, I have to add the current year sales and the previous year sales. So now by using the formula for the current year sales, I have shown you that we have got 1.46M. So now let me again give you the previous year sales formula and also let us see how it works. Now again, let's go to new measure. Let's change the title to previous year sales. So here I have written the formula for the previous year sales. So some function here which notifies this part sums up all the values in the sales amount column from the dataset. It calculates the total sales without any filters. Next we have the calculate function. The calculate function modifies the context in which the data is evaluated. It applies filters or changes the context of the expressions inside it. In this case, we have the sum motorbike dataset with the sales amount. The next we also have the year function with the motorbike dataset in the order date. So this filter ensures that only rows where the year of the order date is equal to the previous year are included in the calculation. Another one we have is the year to date function, which gives the current year based on today's date. The last one we have is a year to date minus 1, which calculates the previous year. Now let's click on commit. Here you can see that the previous year sales column is also created. Now let's calculate the growth percentage. Let's again go to the new measure and change the title to sales growth percentage. So here you can see that I have written the formula for the sales growth percentage. So here we have written a divide function. This function divides the numerator by the denominator. If the denominator is 0, it returns the alternate result. In this case, it is 0 instead of throwing an error. So then we have here is a current year sales minus the previous year sales. It represents the total sales of the current year. This is likely a measure or a column in your data set that sums up the sales value for the current year. Then that we have minused with the previous year sales, which represents the total sales for the previous year. This is another measure or a column in your data set that sums up the sales value for the prior year. This full expression calculates the percentage change in sales compared to the previous year sales. If previous year sales is 0, to prevent division by 0, the result will be default to 0 itself. Let's click on commit. And here you can see under the data, we have the column that is created is the sales growth percentage. Let's drag and drop it. Now you can see that under data, a column sales growth percentage is created. Let's drag and drop the column to a panel. So here you can see that a graph is created, but it is in decimal, which I really don't want it. So now let's go to model view. Similarly, in the motorbike data set, when you scroll down, you can see the sales growth percentage given. Click on it. So under formatting, we have format and change that format into percentage. Now let's go to the report view and check whether it's changed. Yes. So here you can see that it's given it as 17%. Now, as you can see that in our graph, our title is a little more bigger. So let's shorten it down Let's delete the sales and the percentage and let me just keep it as growth. So now let's give a small icon for this. Let's go to Insert, Images, click on Grow. Let's align and keep it next to it. So this will just show you a visually appealing graph. Now let's find the pre-sales value from the dataset. For that, let's go to Home, click on New Measure, so we can write down the formula. Let's change the title again. Let me just give it as pre-sales. So here I have written the formula. In this formula, we have a calculate function which modifies the context in which the data is evaluated. In this case, it applies to the filter year motorbike data set to order data less than year today to the calculation of the total sales amount. Let's click on Commit. So here you can see that a column is created as a pre-sales. Let's drag and drop it onto a panel. Let's not keep it in bar chart. So I will just change the chart to card. Similarly, I don't want it to be in decimal as well. I'll go to Model View, click on Pre-Sales under the dataset and change the format. Let's change the format to whole number. Let's go to the Report View and check whether it is applied. Yeah, so here you can see the decimal is removed and the whole number is implemented. Now let's again insert the image. For that, go to Insert, Image, and click on the preferable image that you need to. So here I have given it as coupon. Click on Open. Let me align it accordingly. Now let's find out the total budget. Even that contains a formula. So let's go to Home, click on New Measure. Let's change the title as Total Budget. So here you can see that I have written the formula for the total budget. The sum function here determines that the function adds up all the numeric values in the specified column. In this case, it sums up the value in the column, that is motorbike data set, with the actual amount. Let's click on Commit. So here you can see by clicking on Commit, our total budget column is created. So now let's drag and drop it onto the panel and change the graph to card. Similarly, go to Model View for making it as a whole number. Let's go to Format and again change it to whole number. There you go. So here you can see that the total budget is 17 million. Now let's add the icon similarly. Let's go to Insert, click on Image and apply any preferable icon you want to. So I will be giving here as a calculator. Click on Open. So let me align the icon. Now let me group the value and the icon. So let me select the value and the icon together and just hit on Ctrl G so that it's grouped here. So it's easy for us to align as well. Similarly, let's do for others as well. Now let's align all of the values properly. Now let's find out the current year sales by segment. For that, let me choose a chart that is clustered column chart. Now let's add the values for the graph. So for the y-axis, I'll be giving it as current year sales. And for the x-axis, let's drag and drop the segment. Now let's align the graph. Now let's modify the graph a little. For that, I'll be going to Format your visual. Under Visual, we have x-axis. Let's click on it and let's change the font size. So I've increased it to 12. And let me off the title because I do not want the title. Now similarly for the y-axis as well. Under y-axis, we have values. Let me again increase the size of the values and off the title. Similarly, let's change the color of the text for the x-axis and the y-axis. So let me go to y-axis and let's change the color. You can choose any preferable color you want to. So I'll be choosing black. Similarly for the x-axis, let me again choose black. Now to change the heading or the title, let's go to General, Title. In title we have font size. Let's increase the font size a bit and let's make it bold. And let's even align the title to center. Yeah. So that's how we create this graph. Next we'll find out the current year sales by subcategory. Let's select a chart, that is the donut chart. So now let's give the values. So for legend, I'll be giving the subcategory. So let me drag and drop the subcategory for the legend. And for values, I'll be giving the current year sales. Yeah. So here you can see that a graph is created. Now let me go to format your visual. So let me off the legend because I don't want any subcategories to be named. So here you can see that the modifications have been applied. Now let me go to the detail label as well. So under detail label, you have the label contents. So you have various label contents such as data value, percent of total, category data value and so on. So let me select the percent of total. So as you can see, the title is not bold. So instead of just again going and modifying it, let's use a format painter. So just select the previous graph and go to home, click on format painter and just click on the latest chart that we have created. So now you can see that again we'll get back all the subcategories and everything. So let's again omit all of that. So let's off the legend. Now let's add the border to the graph. For that, let's go to General, FX. So in FX, we have visual border. So let's keep it in black itself. So if you want, you can use your preferable color as well. So let's increase the rounded corners and then also increase the width. So now you can see that a border of a graph is created. So in the same way, let us create the border for the current year sales by segment also. Let's go to General, FX, Visual Border. Let's on the visual border first and then increase the rounded corners, increase the width. There you go. Now let's create another chart that is current year sales by month. I'll be choosing the stacked column chart and let me put the values for it. So for the x-axis, I'll be dragging and dropping the order date. So here I only need the value for the month and not for quarter, day or year. So let's cancel the remaining ones. And for the y-axis, let me drag and drop the current year sales. So here you can see that my chart is created. Now I need the border for the chart. Let me do the format painter by clicking on the previous chart, clicking on format painter and then just click on the latest chart. So here you can see that the border is applied. Let me just align it correctly. Now let's add an image. For that, go to Insert, Image. Click on the image that you have downloaded. So now let's align the image accordingly. Now align everything according to your preference. Now let's add the buttons. I will tell you why buttons are used for in this video further. So now under buttons, we have a lot like left arrow, right arrow and so on. So let me select the left arrow and the right arrow. So let's align them. So as you click on the month in the current year sales by month, you can see the changes happening in the sales amount, growth percentage, pre-sales and even the total budget as well. Now you know how this dashboard is created. So this is the home page of the Motorbike sales dashboard. I will be also adding the additional dashboards according to the individual bikes and even you can see the values varying accordingly. Now, down at the home page, you can see a page 1 written. So just right click on it. So let's click on duplicate to duplicate this page. So now let's change the image. So for that, let's remove it first. Remember, this is the duplicated page. So now let's go again to image and select the preferable image that we need to put in an additional page. So I have selected here, click on open. So I have chosen the Ducati bike here. So let's align it. Now let's even change the title for the dashboard. So I will be giving it as Ducati dashboard. Now let's add the border for the title. So let me just do the format painter from the previous graph. So here you can see that my title is containing a border. Now let's change the name of the duplicated page. Let me just write Ducati itself. Similarly, let's duplicate another page. And let's change the image of the bike. Let's remove it. And add another image. Let's add the Harley Davidson that I have already downloaded. Let's align it accordingly. Now let's change the title again. Similarly, let's even rename the page name. Now let's duplicate for another page as well. So you will follow the same procedure for the rest of the bikes as well. So let me select Honda. You can add a preferable bike as well. Let's align it. And let's give the name. And change the page name similarly. Let's duplicate again. You can put n number of bikes you want to. So let me select another image. That is Ninja. So let me change the title of the dashboard as Ninja. Similarly, the page name as well. So I will add the last page by duplicating it again and change the image. So this time I will be choosing Yamaha. Now let's change the page name as well to Yamaha. So I will be adding a slicer here. So let's select the slicer from the visualizations. And let's take the subcategory as the value for fields. So now let's go to format your visual. Under that, slicer setting, style. I'll be making it to tile. Let's align it. Now let's do the format painter to get the border. So I will tell you why I have added the slicer here. So the slicer is a subcategory of each page that I've added. For example, let it be Ducati or Harley Davidson, Honda, etc. So when you click on each of the name, you will get the values changed accordingly to the page. Make sure you copy the slicer on each of the page that you have given. So let's close this dialog. So after adding the slicer for each page, when you click on the name of the bike, you can see that the values will change. That is the sales amount value or the growth percentage, pre-sales, and even the total budget might change. So now for example, here when you click on Harley Davidson, you can see that the sales amount is also changed, then the growth percentage, pre-sales, and even the total budget. Similarly, it will change for each of the bikes as well. This is the reason that we have used slicer here. So now let me show you the use of buttons and why have I added these buttons in the dashboard. When I select the button, under format button, you can see actions. Let's on the actions first. In actions, we have type. So let's make it into page navigation. That means it will navigate to each of the page. And let's also choose the destination for it. So I'll be choosing the destination as Ducati because once the page is in Ducati, if I click forward, it will move to the next page as well. So I have chosen the destination as Ducati because when I'm in the home page, it will navigate to my page Ducati. Now let's see how this button works. Press Ctrl, click on the follow link, and here you can see from my home page, it is navigated to the page Ducati. Similarly, you can do for the remaining pages as well. Similarly, I have added the navigation to all my pages as well. So now, to direct to my home page, let's click on the left arrow on the action. Let's keep the type as a page navigation and keep the destination as home. So once you click on it, you can see it will navigate to your home page. I hope you all have understood how to create an advanced Power BI dashboard project from the scratch. In today's fast-paced job market, certifications are more important than ever. Whether you're just starting or looking to advance your career, they validate your skills, keep you updated with industry trends, and open doors to new opportunities. Before I get into the topic, I have included a screenshot created by Power BI. Power BI can create interactive dashboards from millions of data sets. Many top companies use Power BI to create dashboards like this, so that business stakeholders can clearly understand it and spend more time on other tasks. So now I will show you a small demo of creating visual using Power BI. Now, as we have opened the Power BI desktop, now we will create a small visual. To create a visual, let's go to Get Data. We have many options under the common data sources. So I will select text and CSV as my file format is in text and CSV. And we will source our first data. Click on Open. Click on Load to load the data. Now to check whether a file is loaded or no, towards the right hand side under Data, we have the file that we have loaded. Now let's create the visual. For that, select the clustered column chart for creating the graph. So now let's give the values for the graph. So I will be giving location as my x-axis value by dragging and dropping it. Same as for the y-axis, let me give the sum of revenue as the value. Now here you can see my graph is created. Let me change the background color of the report. So let me go to Format Your Report page. Under that you can see Canvas background. In Canvas background we have color. So you can choose any preferable color you want to. So I will be choosing a dark color and decreasing the transparency to 13%. Okay. So as my background color of the report is also changed, so let me change the background color of the graph. For that, let me go to General, Effects. In Effects, you have color. You can choose any preferable color you want to. And you can decrease or increase the transparency too. I have increased the transparency to 81%. So now you can see the background color of my graph is also changed. Now let me change the color of the text of my values. So for that, let's go to Visuals. In the x-axis, we have colors. Let me change into white. Yeah, you can see that's done. Same as in the y-axis. Let's go to Values, Color, and let's click on white. Here you can see that my color of my text is also changed to white. Now let's also change the color of the columns. For that, under Visual, we have Column. In Column, we have Color. You can change it to any preferable color you want to. So here you can see that I have also changed the color of the column. Let me show you all how to change the title as well. For that, go to General, Title. So under Text, let's type Revenue generated by location and change the color into white and give it bold as well so that it's visible and align it to center. So this is how you create the graph. Now, as you can see, my graph also consists of the grid lines. So let me just remove the grid lines as well. For that, let me go to Grid Lines under Visual and just off the grid lines. So here you can see that my grid lines has just been removed. So this is how you create the visuals or the dashboard in the Power BI desktop. To learn more about creating dashboard using Power BI, please check out Edureka's Power BI tutorial where you can learn how to create dashboards from the scratch. I hope you now understand how Power BI works when creating dashboards and so on. Suppose you are a beginner or professional looking to improve your Power BI skills. In that case, Microsoft offers Microsoft Certified Power BI Data Analyst Associate, which will demonstrate methods and best practices that align with business and technical requirements for modeling, visualizing, and analyzing data using Microsoft Power BI. So, if you want to obtain the certification, you must take up the PL300 exam, which costs $165, and in Indian rupees, it is 4,800. And the pattern consists of 40 to 60 multiple choice questions. The duration is 100 minutes, and the passing criteria is 700. Now let's see how to prepare for Microsoft Power BI certification. First, you should understand the exam requirements. Familiarize yourself with the exam objectives for PL300, covering data preparation, modeling, visualizing, and deployment. Review Microsoft's official guide for detailed topic areas. Next comes hands-on practice. Use Power BI Desktop extensively. Practice data modeling, DAX, creating dashboards, and using Power Query. Aim to build end-to-end solution to deepen your skills. Last comes the study resources. Take advantage of Microsoft's free learning paths, online courses, and practical exams. Have you all imagined what are the skills you will acquire? First is prepare the data. You will learn how to connect to data sources, profile and clean data for consistency, and transform and load it for effective analysis and reporting. Next comes model the data. Design and implement a structured data model, create calculations using DAX, and optimize model performance for efficient analysis in Power BI. Next comes visualize and analyze the data. Create insightful reports, enhance them for usability and storytelling, and identify patterns and trends to drive data-driven decisions. Moving on to manage and secure Power BI. Create and manage workspaces and assets, while securing and governing Power BI items to ensure controlled access and compliance. So these are the skills that is needed to be certified for Power BI Data Analyst Associate. Now let's see who should take up this Microsoft Power BI certification. The certification is ideal for data analysts and professionals who leverage Power BI to communicate insights from an organization's data. It also benefits business managers and decision makers who want to make data-driven decisions, as well as IT professionals transitioning into BI roles or seeking career growth in data analysis and visualization. Obtaining a Power BI certification, such as passing Microsoft's PL300 exam, not only demonstrates expertise in a leading visualization tool, but also opens up new career opportunities. Similarly, Edureka offers the Microsoft Power BI certification training by PwC Academy, which will help learners pass the PL300 exam while also gaining expertise in business analytics, and Edureka's Power BI certification course by PwC offers dual certification in business intelligence. You will learn concepts such as Power BI Desktop, architecture, DAX, mobile apps, data quality assessment, data transformation, data modeling, reports, and among others, using industry examples. This Power BI training is live and instructor-led, ensuring you gain hands-on experience with real-world projects and help the learners to pass the PL300 examination. So I have added a screenshot here, and the screenshot is from Edureka. So all these are skills from Microsoft Power BI that will be covering in the certification. So the skills are data transformation, building reports and special visualizations, charts and page layout, building narratives with Fabric, advanced analytics with Power BI, working with Copilot feature. We also have Microsoft Power BI tools covered, for example, Azure SQL, Power BI, Copilot, Python, Amazon S3, and so on. Now let's also take a look at the job descriptions. Here I've added the screenshots of the top companies hiring for data analysts and Power BI professionals. So Edureka will be a better choice if you want to start your career in Power BI. Now let's see the scope of Power BI. In 2024, Microsoft Power BI held 15.97% of business intelligence market, trailing only Tableau, SAP Crystal Solution, and NetSuite. According to Statista, the BI market will be $27.36 billion in 2024, raising at a CAGR of 5.71% to $34.16 billion by 2028. According to the comparative survey, the United States will generate the most revenue in 2024, amounting to approximately $13,790 million. All businesses are becoming increasingly data-driven, relying heavily on data analytics and visualization tools to provide real-time and actionable insights. Now let's take a look at the salary for a Power BI professional. The average annual salary in India is, for the entry level, it is 6 lakhs per year. And for the mid-level, it is 19 lakhs per year. Moving on to the senior level, it is 26 lakhs per year. Now let's see the average annual salary in US. For the entry level, it is $95,000 per year. And for the mid-level, it is $98,000 per year. Now let's see for the senior level, it is $100,000 per year. Now let's also take a look at the salary for data analyst. The average annual salary in India for the entry level is 11 lakhs per year. And for the mid-level, it is 18 lakh per year. Moving on to the senior level, it is 19 lakh per year. And the average annual salary in US is, for the entry level, it is $65,000 per year. And for the mid-level, it is $76,000 per year. Moving on to the senior level, it is $79,000 per year. Here I have listed the top companies that are hiring Power BI professionals, and those companies are Microsoft, Amazon, Infosys, TCS, Google, Accenture. A Power BI certification is a significant milestone in your data analytics career, setting you apart in a competitive job market. It's more than just passing an exam. It's a professional development process that includes fully understanding one of the most commonly used data visualization tools. If you are eager to start your career in IT, but coding isn't your strength, don't worry, you can still break into the tech world without any coding skills. And one of the best fields for this is Microsoft Power BI. Now, let me give you an example of Power BI use case. Imagine you're feeling hungry but too tired to cook. What's the first thing that comes to mind? Chances are you will grab your phone and open a food delivery app like Swiggy or Zomato. You're not alone. Many people do the same. Let's focus on Swiggy as our example. As India's leading hyperlocal food ordering and delivery platform, Swiggy handles millions of customer orders every month. But what if I told you that Swiggy also has several challenges in its company because of sales and foot traffic? The real twist is that Swiggy faced problems with data loading and infrastructure issues because of its BI tool, which was used to create dashboards that track sales and traffic around cities. The previous BI tool was complex and slow, with dashboard delays caused by data loading and infrastructure issues every time it refreshed. This data delay limited stakeholders' ability to gain timely insights and make decisions. Swiggy grew with increased order volumes and app expansion across cities. But the BI platform struggled with accessibility, functionality, and security, resulting in an unstable environment. These challenges prompted Swiggy to look for more efficient and better BI solution to support its rapid growth. Now, as you have got a clear understanding of the challenges, let me tell you how did Swiggy find the right BI solution for this problem. Swiggy began transforming its BI platform in mid-2017 to provide critical insights for business execution. The internal BI team gathered detailed requirements from cross-functional teams to determine the best tool, with a focus on improved features, user experience, and advanced access control. After running proof-of-concept tests and stress testing various tools with 5x data volume increase, Power BI was chosen as the best solution due to its dependability, scalability, and ability to support Swiggy's growing data-driven culture. Let us also see how did Swiggy started developing a strong data pipeline. The transition to Power BI went smoothly. Swiggy's internal analytics team collaborated closely with BI experts to quickly migrate existing dashboards to minimal Power BI dashboards. The new architecture allows analysts and authors to securely access data and create custom reports in Power BI through workspaces. Swiggy's next step is to improve self-service reporting. Now, let's see how Swiggy sourced their data. Data is sourced from Snowflake, MySQL, Excel files, and PrestoDB using open database connectivity. Power BI datasets use aggregated tables to create metrics and dimensions for visuals and reports. Now, with the help of Power BI, Swiggy started effectively leveraging Power BI's open platform tools to prevent problems and build better models the first time. Swiggy used DAX Studio to develop, execute, and analyze DAX queries. Then Vertipax Analyzer, which is used to enhance the data model. Also Power BI Helper that helps to simplify day-to-day Power BI scenarios. Data is imported and scheduled to refresh at specific intervals based on the report's requirements. Now, I will show you some of the dashboard used by Swiggy, which was created by the use of Power BI. The real-time metrics dashboard was used to track the trends hourly for the day. The report allows users to view the amount of traffic per hour by city. The supply sales dashboard highlights order performance at the restaurant level by tracking 10 various indicators. The traffic and conversion dashboard provides report to the consumers with an overview of app user behavior and app adoption rates. Moving on to the conclusion for this use case. Swiggy's BI transformation has streamlined operations, providing key insights across verticals and improving efficiency. The single platform simplifies reporting, allowing users to focus on one tool instead of multiple reports. Swiggy's team can use Power BI to track metrics in near real time, allowing for faster actions and better decisions. Swiggy grows and Power BI scales with it, delivering value while lowering costs. The platform's time-saving features enables analysts to focus on more strategic tasks. Now that you know, Power BI helps Swiggy to overcome these problems and bring out better solutions. Now we will take a look at popular Power BI job profiles. The first job profile is Power BI Developer. The role of a Power BI developer is to design, develop, and deploy Power BI reports and dashboards. This role involves data modeling, transforming raw data into meaningful insights, and creating interactive visualizations. The next job profile is a Power BI Analyst. The role of a Power BI Analyst is to analyze data and generate insights using Power BI. It often requires working closely with business stakeholders to understand their needs and translate them into actionable reports. Next comes a Power BI Architect. The role of a Power BI Architect is to focus on overall design and architecture of Power BI solutions. It requires a deep understanding of data integration and best practices in BI implementations. Moving on to Power BI Consultant. The role of a Power BI Consultant is that they work with multiple clients to implement Power BI solutions tailored to their specific needs. This may involve training clients, designing custom dashboards, and optimizing data workflows. Let's see the last job profile, that is Business Intelligence Manager. The role of a Business Intelligence Manager is that they oversee the BI team, including Power BI developers and analysts. This role is responsible for strategic planning, execution, and management of BI industries within an organization. Let us learn how to become a Power BI developer. Skills required for a Power BI developer are: first, data management and querying, skilled in SQL and query performance, skilled in connecting data sources, importing and transforming data for business intelligence using Power BI, advanced knowledge in making DAX queries in Power BI desktop. Second is the reporting and visualization, expertise in developing visual reports, KPI scorecards, and dashboards using Power BI desktop. Strong analytical thinking skills in translating data into informative reports and visuals. Proficiency in building analysis service reporting models. Third comes the security and application layer, capable of implementing row-level security on data, understanding of application security layer models within Power BI. Next comes the development and integration. Design, develop, and implement custom applications using Power Apps, ensuring high performance, scalability, and usability. Experience in integrating Power Apps and Power BI with other systems and data sources such as SharePoint, Dynamics 365, and SQL Server. The last skill is attention to detail and organization. Well organized with a strong focus on accuracy and attention in detail in all tasks related to data visualization and BI solutions. These skills form the foundation of an effective Power BI developer, capable of handling end-to-end business intelligence and application development tasks. Here I have taken a popular company, which is Deloitte, which is hiring for a Power BI developer. The skills that I have highlighted here, which I have already explained in the skills part. So, if you're interested, you can apply for this post through LinkedIn. Here are the salary ranges of a Power BI developer in India. And this can vary based on the factors such as experience, location, and industry. So, the average annual salary in the entry level is 6 lakhs per year. And in the mid-level, it is 19 lakhs per year. Moving on to the senior level, it is 26 lakhs per year. The source is taken from Glassdoor. Let's see the average annual salary in US. For the entry level, it is $95,000 per year. And in the mid-level, it is $98,000 per year. And in the senior level, it is $100,000 per year. And the source is taken from PayScale. Now, let's see how to become a Power BI analyst. And the skills required are: first, programming language. In programming language, we have primary skills and the secondary skills. The primary skills include SQL, Python, Power Query, PLX script, DataSite, Looker, Tableau, Power BI. And in the secondary skills, we have Java, HTML, CSS, C++, Angular, and BigQuery. The next skill is advanced SQL, expert in writing complex queries for data extraction and manipulation. Next comes the Python, expert in building data pipelines and conducting data analysis. Then, BI dashboard development, proficient in designing and developing dashboards using tools like Tableau, Looker, and Power BI. Data visualization and storytelling, skilled in creating effective visualizations and dashboards following best practices. Next comes the Excel and Google Sheets, power user with advanced capabilities. Lastly, the data engineering, experienced in data processing and building data pipelines. Here I have taken a popular company, which is Concentrix, which is hiring for a Power BI analyst. The skills that I have highlighted here, which I have already explained in the skills part. So if you're interested, you can apply for this post through LinkedIn. Moving on to the certifications. Consider undertaking pertinent Power BI certifications to showcase your ability and commitment to your work. Microsoft Certified Power BI Data Analyst Associate to demonstrate methods and best practices for modeling, visualizing, and analyzing data that are in line with business and technical requirements. So, for the certification, the cost of the exam is $165 and the pattern consists of 40 to 60 multiple choice questions. And the duration for this exam is 100 minutes, followed by the passing criteria is 700. So, Microsoft Power BI Certification Training by PwC Academy, which is provided by Edureka, Power BI Certification course by PwC offers dual certification in business intelligence. It covers concepts such as Power BI Desktop, DAX, Service, Reports, and more with real-time industry use cases. The course will prepare participants for the official PL 300 exam. Let's see the salary for a Power BI analyst that can vary based on the experience, location, and industry. So, the average annual salary in India for the Power BI analyst is, for the entry level, it is 8 lakhs per year. And for the mid level, it is 12 lakhs per year. Then for the senior level, it is 17 lakhs per year. And the source is taken from Glassdoor. Let's also see the average annual salary in US. For the entry level, it is $85,000 per year. And for the mid-level, it is $87,000 per year. Then for the senior level, it is $175,000 per year. And the source is taken from PayScale. Now, let's also see how to become a Power BI architect. So the skills required are, first, Power BI and data integration, proficient in Power BI report development and expertise in migrating ClickView reports to Power BI, skilled in integrating Power BI and building efficient data models and importing data. Second comes the leadership and client management, experienced in leading teams for deployment activities and meeting project deliverables, strong client satisfaction awareness, ensuring that solutions meet or exceed customer expectations, capable of leading technology decisions, facilitating discussions, and articulating alternatives and direction to senior IT and business management. Last comes the project management. Strong project management skills ensuring the projects are delivered on time, within scope, and aligned with business goals. These skills highlight your ability to deliver complex Power BI solutions, lead teams, and manage projects effectively while maintaining strong client relationships. Here I have taken a popular company which is Tech Mahindra, which is hiring for a Power BI architect. The skills that I have highlighted here are, which I have explained in the skills part. So if you're interested, you can apply for this post through LinkedIn. Let's also see the salary for a Power BI architect, which can vary based on the experience, location, and industry. So the average annual salary in India for Power BI architect are, for the entry level, it is 9 lakhs per year. And for the mid level, it is 19 lakhs per year. Then for the senior level, it is 34 lakhs per year. And the source is taken from Glassdoor. Let's also see the average annual salary in US. For the entry level, it is $127,000 per year. And for the mid-level, it is $155,000 per year. And for the senior level, it is $191,000 per year. And the source is taken from PayScale. So, I hope you have a clear understanding about how to become a Power BI developer, architect, and an analyst, and even the skills and the salary range. Now, let's move on to the future scope for Power BI. The future scope of Power BI and BI tools looks promising, with IDC predicting a 5-fold increase in opportunity for firms using effective BI by 2024. According to Statista, the BI market will reach $27.36 billion in 2024, growing at a CAGR of 5.71% to $34.16 billion by 2028. All businesses are becoming more data intensive and rely heavily on data analytics and visualization tools to provide real-time and actionable insights. Power BI will assist business owners in making data-driven decisions faster than ever before. Now let's also see the top companies hiring for Power BI professionals. Because of the growing demand for data-driven decision-making, several major corporations are actively seeking for Power BI developers. Some of these companies are Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Tech Mahindra, Deloitte, Concentrix, and more. Mastering Power BI requires a methodical approach and a hands-on experience. By following a systematic Power BI roadmap, you can become an expert Power BI user and provide valuable insights to businesses.
And with this, we have come to an end to this video on Power BI tutorial for beginners. If you enjoyed listening to this video, please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment on any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. And do look up for more videos and playlists, and subscribe to Edureka's YouTube channel to learn more. Thank you for watching and happy learning.